You're looking at some of the scenes in Grafton at 26 Providence Road, just outside the Grafton Community Television Studios.
And
Welcome, my friends and neighbors, to National Night Out. We're live on Grafton Community Television, Channel 191, for continuing coverage this evening. My name is Bob DeToma, and my co-host for the second year is our town moderator, Dawn Anderson.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. The rain finally stopped, which is lovely, and the heat broke, which is also lovely. And it's filling up. We have a lot of vendors here and a lot of people coming in already.
It's just a minute after 5 o'clock, and this place is already rocking.
Yep, there were bags being distributed and bicycle helmets already.
I can smell popcorn.
Away. Popcorn is popping. We've got Grafton Pack 106 with the popcorn going. It's going to be
So you may or may not be familiar with what happens here, and if you're not, that's great. We're going to give you some highlights. We sit here all night long and we chit-chat, and we visit with VIPs. We visit with the chief of police, the fire chief, and anyone that we can convince to come by and sit and talk to us. So Dawn has some details about National Night Out, and we'll talk about that. Why don't you go ahead?
National Night Out has been happening in the United States of America for the last 40 years, and it was brought to Grafton 16 years ago. National Night Out helps heighten crime and drug prevention awareness, generates support for and participation in local anti-crime efforts. It strengthens our neighborhood spirit and police community partnerships and sends a message to criminals letting them know that our neighborhoods are organized and we are all here taking care of each other, which is very important.
Now, Grafton's a pretty safe place, I think most people would say.
So.
But, you still have to have a police department. There are a few knuckleheads that think the laws don't apply to them. But tonight is about bringing the community out to meet their neighbors, to meet the police force, to meet the people in town that support all of us. And it's an amazing night. So you may or may not remember that last year we had this continuous stream of folks. And some of the names that I jotted down before we went on the air, as I mentioned before, the chief of the fire department, chief of the police department. But we normally have a visit from Evan Broussard.
Our town administrator.
And the DA, Joseph Early, comes by.
Yep.
We are normally visited by Sheriff Lou Evangelitis from the Worcester House of Corrections.
Yes.
And then we try to grab, as I said earlier, as many people to come in and keep you entertained, but also to keep you informed. Because every year we learn something new about the people we talk to.
Yes.
And tonight we learned that Dawn has the whitest teeth on television, and and I cut my hair, especially for this event. So that's just a sample of what you're going to learn tonight. So what did you see on your way in? You probably walked down the hill.
I parked up at the Municipal Center and walked down the hill. So I went by the bounce house, the face painting station, the dunk tank, where you can dunk some key prominent people from our municipal government. And we have so many vendors underneath the tents out over there. Lots of displays. One of my favorite displays, which I haven't done for the last few years, is that we have the SWAT truck here. So when my boys were little, I would stand in line and get all suited up in SWAT gear for that, fulfilling my childhood dream of being in the Army. So that was...
We were watching everyone set up, and it was really mind-boggling. Once the seal was broken, so to speak, the first pop-up was put up, then the next, and then it was just a swarm of people.
Yeah.
And our neighbors and friends are here. We're talking about people like Unibank.
Yep.
And other institutions.
Savers Bank.
Savers Bank, thank you.
Homefield Credit Union.
And the Veterans Advisory Committee is there set up in their brand new tent just behind us. And we have such notables as McGruff the Crime Dog.
Yes, and your amazing neighborhood Spider-Man.
That's right. That's right. So Spider-Man will probably pop in and out of the camera shots every once in a while.
Yep. And of course, I don't think we could have an event if we didn't have Dunkin's, because America runs on Dunkin'.
That's right. Yep.
So.
Everybody comes to that Dunkin' table and they want Dunkin'.
They want the
coffee, donuts,
the samples of coffee.
But you know what I look forward to every year is the Hootsie Cups.
Oh,
and
yes.
I don't know how many Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts I've stopped with their tray and said, just bring the tray over here.
Just put it over here. I enjoy, although my husband teases me for it, the tabletop pies.
Yeah.
The individual pies. That's genius. And that company just recently was acquired by a larger corporation, and they're investing a lot of new money to build jobs and infrastructure at the facility in Worcester, which is nice to see a small business growing.
Right. So we've been doing it, National, we've been doing this since we moved here in 2019. And we used to have to bring everything from South Grafton and set it up in one of the porticos over there when our good friend Jim Gallagher would host the program. And now that we live on the campus, so to speak, and that we can just throw the doors open and invite in the town so that they can see what's going on behind us. And you can hear the music.
Yep.
And you can tell by the traffic going back and forth that, again, we're now 5 minutes into the broadcast, and you can see all of the people that are wandering around.
Yep.
How many notables have we seen already?
Well, besides McGruff and Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Saw former select board chair Colleen Roy. Saw Chief Crapo.
Right.
Yep. And,
We've seen most of the police force going back and forth.
yes, all dressed and ready to go.
The scouts are over my shoulder on this side.
Yep. Yep.
And I believe the
Sheriff's
Gemma.
Mobile Command.
I'm sorry.
Sheriff Mobile Command is
Okay.
behind us.
Yep. And I believe Grafton Gemma is on this side.
Command center is over by the police station.
So we cram people in. We cram them in.
Yep.
And I also saw some of the Grafton youth cadets wandering around. So I had the opportunity to spend an entire week with the youth cadets.
I watched the video.
And what an experience that is every year, because the kids come in, and last year there was a wiseacre or two, and this year it was a pretty good class. But they really, after they get over the jitters of the first day and they fall into the routine, it's really amazing to see how they transform. And then 4 days later when they graduate, it's quite an experience. I look forward to it every year.
What are some of the things that they do on the day-to-day? Because I know my boys did the state police camp one summer, and that was...
So they come into the main hall, the lecture hall, and Student Resource Officer Alves invites, welcomes them in and gives them an introduction as to what's going to happen. And the hardest thing he has to do in real time is to get them to loosen up and talk. So he's loud and he's boisterous and he's trying to get their attention, and they're all just kind of like meek little mouses. But after a while, you see that they loosen up, and then the chief comes in and welcomes them. And right off the bat, they were given an exercise. It's okay, we're going to put everybody in alphabetical order. You have a time limit, go. And it's interesting to see who floats on the edge and who dives right in and takes control. And I think, if I recall, they were given 2 minutes, and they finally got it done.
Yeah.
Whether or not they got it done in 2 minutes, I'm not sure, but they finally got it done. And it was clear. You could see, all right, this young gal is going to lead, and this young guy is going to lead, and then they get into the routine. They're not so scared after that.
Yeah, that's a icebreaker that I used when I was an orientation leader in college to break the ice with the groups, just so that you may have one person that shows up that and you're going to gravitate to be near them, but you want to make sure that people intermingle and get to know each other in alphabetical order is always a great way to do that.
Right. So they do a lot of drill instruction. They do marching. They're shown how to line up, how far apart from the person in front of you, how far apart from the person next to you, and keeping that formation as they move. They're told to take their covers off as they enter a building, and to make sure their covers go on when they exit the building. And then they have the opportunity to visit all of these different facilities, including a tour of the station. and a tour of the House of Corrections.
Oh,
Oh yeah, and then no, I wasn't invited because no cameras allowed. And then of course we go into Boston to the Marine State Police Unit
yep.
and the
Yep.
the all important boat ride around the harbor.
Yes.
And but that was on the hottest, most humid day, and I was really waiting for one of those kids to burst into flames because it was so damn hot.
So the heat index this summer has been very intense.
Yeah, I drive by your house, I see your kids playing basketball, and I think, I don't know how they do it.
He'll be out there until the snow is on the ground. My youngest, he loves basketball. And we put in a new full-size, like cemented in the ground, full back regulation basketball hoop, 4th of July weekend. They were digging the hole in the ground, dangling in, getting the rocks out, because you all know you can't dig a hole in Grafton without hitting some rock. And we hit quite a few. So, but it's full, it's up and operational, and he's out there all the time. I've had people ask me, wait a minute, you live on Brigham Hill? Is your house the one with the boys who are always playing basketball? Yes, that is it.
Oh, it's true. So the other folks that are here tonight are members of the Municipal Center staff.
Yes.
The Worcester Job Corps comes every year, and I believe they provide the culinary services for the all-important hot dogs.
Oh, okay.
I believe they also sometimes will take part in security. You'll see rather large young men walking around in black T-shirts.
In black T-shirts, yeah. Yes, I saw quite a few of them while I was coming down the hill.
A pretty interesting crowd. Those who are visitors and those who are actually working behind the scenes. And behind the scenes is a key phrase. So our volunteer stage manager tonight is Jack Kelly, who's off camera. And our director in the booth is Bill Robidoux.
Yes.
And nothing happens here without Bill. So we spend a good portion of the day lighting, cameras, table gets set up,
Yep.
monitor to our left, microphones, audio checks, live tests to make sure the video actually punches through. And people come by and watch us do this, and they think, what are you guys doing? And it's like, what do you mean, what are we doing? It's National NNO.
Yeah.
This is like next to town meeting. This is,
it.
no, if town meeting is our Super Bowl, as Bill always says, this is like the national championship.
Yes.
So leading up
to
the
put it in terms I can identify with, the town meeting would be the Oscars, and this is more like the Golden Globes.
This is the People's Choice.
This is the People's Choice Award, where you never know what's going to happen.
Oh my God, yeah, that's great. I think we're gonna, Bill, write that down. We're gonna have to switch that up. So the Oscars and the People's Choice Awards. So we have lots to do, and one of the things we want to do is start to get people on camera so that you are entertained, and hopefully you'll stay with us for a reasonable amount of time this evening. And with that, let's just take a look at the notes here and see if there's anything we needed to touch base on. Oh yeah, we should probably mention that all the pizza is happily donated by Lucky at Pepperoni Express.
Yes, thank
We
you,
already
Lucky.
mentioned Table Talk pies. There are going to be hot dogs, the world famous Hootsie cups, and then free samples galore. We're not sure what those are, but there's usually free samples galore.
Samples of everything. And I know when my boys were little, every year my first stop coming here would always be going over to get the bicycle helmets. So I had a fresh helmet that fit their head every year. So those go fast. But there's
So don't forget,
lots
Spider-Man, McGruff the Crime Dog, Bob, Dawn. There's so much more to come.
We'll be right back.
Evening. Sheriff Lou Evangelitis. He comes by every year.
Absolutely. I miss it.
And you block the logo.
That's my gift. I'll stand over here.
No, you're good. Get in there.
All right.
Yeah. So you come every year, you mingle with the crowd.
Yeah.
What do you talk about when you run into people?
You know, I'm going to back up for a minute and tell you, this was the first National Night Out I ever went to. I was running for sheriff in 2010, and I came upon this event, and I was so stunned at the turnout in this community. Now I've been to literally dozens of them, and I still come here every single year because nobody does it better than Grafton, and I mean that. I mean, I got 60 towns I represent, and I love them all, but nobody does National Night Out better than Grafton, so I love coming back to it. It's really a sociable thing, you know. You just hear, we have our team here tonight. We have our dog demonstration. The canines are working here.
Oh,
we just
nice.
like to show that National Night Out is community policing at its best. Grafton does it. Chief Crepo is going to be retiring, I understand. I'm not letting the cat out of the bag here, but he's been here since I've been here. He's a phenomenal partner for everyone. I'm sure the community knows, but this is a wonderful community, and this is a night where we come together and celebrate the relationship, the community we have between law enforcement and the community partners. So when I see people, it's really just social. How you been? Good seeing you again. Sometimes the people come over to our tent, they learn some stuff, we give them things. We're going to do a canine demonstration, as I mentioned, so you'll learn a little bit about how our dogs are utilized to help this community for safety purposes. So it's really just a fun night to come around and just see some old friends.
Yeah, that's how. Have you had the dogs here before?
I can't remember because they get sent around, but I don't.
Yeah,
think
I don't
we've had
remember
them
them being here before.
No, we always have the mobile command unit,
Yes.
as you know, is here.
Yep.
And they have the ability to do drones and public safety. It's a community resource asset that the sheriff's office has, but we utilize it all over the county, and it's used a lot of times for public safety purposes. We have the cameras, the drones, and we can keep an eye on the entire area, including all the rooftops,
Yeah.
very easily through that. So it's a wonderful asset we have, and we love to share it with the community. And see, kids are having a ball.
Kids are having a blast.
So how long have you been doing this job?
I was elected in 2010, so this is I guess it's my 14th year as sheriff. That's hard to believe.
Wow.
Yeah, but it's been a wonderful ride. I really mean this. I did not know how much I'd enjoy being sheriff. It's a wonderful job. I have an incredible support team at the jail and in the community. So we have both a jail and we run the correctional facility, but we also have 3 offices in the community that help keep people out of prison. You know, so we offer day reporting in Webster and in Worcester and in Fitchburg. And in those offices, people come in, they need help getting housing. We help them. They need help getting a driver's license. We help them. Anything we can do to help keep them on the right path instead of ending up incarcerated, because that doesn't work for anybody and it costs a lot of money, and we're trying to do it better and smarter. So we got a lot of great programs we do at the jail, one after another since we've been there. Honestly, we have the canine programs. We have a culinary program that we work with Quinsigamond Community College to help prepare people for work in the culinary industry. We have Worcester State comes in and teaches financial literacy. We have a Anna Maria College. We started a music program, therapy program, on and on. So it's been a lot of things. We're not done. We're still innovating. We're still trying to stay ahead of the curve when it comes to helping people. And particularly, I want to mention this because you've been so kind to have me on over the years, but we've always talked about how a life of substance abuse and misuse can lead you down that path. Yeah. But we understand much more now, so the importance of mental health has to do with this as well. They're co-occurring disorders, and we have really invested in mental health. The last 5 years of the jail, we've more than tripled our investment in mental health, including individual assessments when you come to the facility. So not only what's your educational background, substance use, and a lot of other social factors, but how's your mental health? And if you need individual counseling, that's what's most effective. So when you get people out and they return to society, you want them to succeed, because if they successfully re-enter, they win, their family wins, and we win as a community because we're a better, safer place. So what a job to have to be part of this community and to be back in Grafton again. As you know how much I love coming here.
Well, we always look forward to having you. So your story's a local story, right? Worcester area, UMass graduate.
Yes.
And you went to, besides UMass?
I went to Temple University Law School in Philly. Took a little diversion down to North Philly for 3 years. And then I went to Miami, and I was a state prosecutor in Miami for a while, because think about it, you get out of law school, how do you learn to be a prosecutor? Well, you go where the crime is. And there was a crime wave in Miami Beach in the 1980s where I got out of law school. Yeah.
I believe there's a documentary on Netflix called Cocaine Cowboys that's all about that.
Was it in the late 80s?
80s, early 90s.
It was unbelievable, the amount of crime. I mean, when I lived in Miami Beach, which is not the Miami Beach it is now, there were shootouts on my street. It was wild. It was like the Wild West. But things finally settled down, you know. I mean, it started with the Marielito boat lift. If you remember when Castro unloaded the prisons in 1980, thousands and thousands of people washed up on the shores of South Florida, particularly Miami. And it was an explosive situation. And it took a long time of, you know, prosecutions and arrests and people, you know, working their way through the system to get a handle on that situation. And I was fortunate or unfortunate enough to move there right in the middle of it. But Janet Reno was the state prosecutor at the time. She became Attorney General of the United States. So I had incredible training. I loved living down there, but my home is here. So I moved back to Boston, was an assistant DA for a couple of years in Boston, Suffolk County, under Newman Flanagan. It was, you might not remember that name, but it was an institution in Boston, law enforcement. And then I ultimately made my way and moved home and bought my grandparents' house in Holden. And the rest, you know, I was born and raised in Worcester, but left, came back, and was a state rep. As you know, you got a great one here in Dave Meridian, and you got a great state senator here, and
Mike
Moore as well. Great people to work with, and I mean that. I like both of them very much. But ultimately made my way back to my hometown and got elected rep. And then when the sheriff's position opened in 10, I thought, well, I got the background. I love law enforcement. I've studied criminal justice. I was a lawyer. I did promises. My kids remind me, you were going to be a different kind of sheriff, right? Not the uniform, but a suit. And they hold me to that. Dad, you were going to be a different kind of sheriff. But it truly was. I didn't want to be have to be the traditional route, you know, of coming up through corrections or having been a police officer. I think going to law school, being a prosecutor, and focusing on criminal justice issues was a great background, especially for a jail that had a reputation of a lot of patronage in politics, right? It was time to kind of clean house and bring in somebody from the outside. And being a Republican, you can't get more outside than that, right? Let's be honest. So it's been a great ride, and I've loved it. But this coming here and being with you like I am tonight and seeing the community, this is really this is my favorite day of the year to be sheriff.
It's like Christmas time for the sheriff.
Yes.
Well, we're blessed to have you supporting all the communities. Thank you for coming.
Oh, of course. Anytime. I always enjoy it. Thank you so much.
Good to see you again.
Yes,
Thank
absolutely.
Sheriff Lou Evangelitis has been our guest, and we have more to come.
We'll be right back. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Grafton's National Night Out. Our next guest is magician Steve Charette. How are you doing tonight?
Well, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for coming by. We tried to snag you early this evening.
We did, yeah.
Get things off to a magical start.
You're very busy here at National Night Out.
It's a good crowd tonight.
Yeah, the rain held off, which is good.
Yep. It
So
stopped.
we're enjoying the day.
Yeah.
It's
been great. No, and that is another blessing.
Yes,
The humidity is breaking for the time being.
absolutely.
So what do you got for us tonight?
Let's do a little magic. Is that okay?
All right.
Let's do something. There we go. I've been doing this for, 48 years now, and I think I brought something unusual. I'm going to show you. It's a little purse over here that has no bottom, as you can see, and a magic wand over here. There we go. Like I say, if you take that purse, you open that up, there's a little ball right there. It's kind of unusual, isn't it?
Yeah.
Watch, if you take the magic wand in your hand, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this ball, watch what happens, and give it a twist, watch. And just wave that little magic wand like that. And by saying the magic word, National Night Out,
National Night Out.
it's two of them over there. There we go. It's crazy stuff.
Nice.
I'm going to take that magic wand because I'm going to use your hand. Go like that for me. Watch, if I place one there like that, I want you to take that one, squeeze it really tight, tight as you can. If I tap my hand, tap yours. Mine is gone. Open your hand very slowly. You get tight. Excellent job. There we go. She's good at this, isn't she? Let's try that one more time. Which one do you like? That one or that one?
This one.
Okay, I'll keep that hand open really flat like that. There we go. Let's give you that one. Squeeze it tight as you can. You have one. That goes back in my hand like that. Let's tap my hand, tap your hand. Mine is gone. Open your hand. You got two. Whoa. Well, the whole key to this is is that little purse that I brought with me. It's over here. That has no bottom. If I reach inside, say that magic word, National Night Out.
National Night Out.
We can make another one up here. There we go. How many we have now?
We have 3.
We have 3 of them. There we go. Watch what happens. I go 1, 2. This time it goes in my pocket all the way down. How many in their hand? 1, 2, 3.
There should be 2.
3? No, just a big coin over here. There we go.
Excellent.
No idea where that came from. But the whole thing, the magic was in the magic wand. Plus the way up, it disappears. It's going. No, it's over here. There we go. We'll place that away. Hold on to that coin. Don't lose that one. I'm sorry, it's going to disappear like that. Should we do one more?
Yes.
It's not good.
Yes.
Let's do one more.
Okay.
Let's, you got the card one here.
Yes, so I actually I have one of those little memory boards you can stick things like cards and things into. And I came back from National Night Out and I popped it in there and it has my name on it and it's been there ever since.
So we'll repeat it, but I'll let the thing in.
Okay.
Let's take a magic marker here. There it is there.
Okay.
Magic marker. And a deck of cards that are all different, as you can see. We'll just slide one out. Doesn't matter if I see it. And I'm going to have you write your first name on that card. First name is good. Excellent. Thank you, Don. We're going to take that card. We'll show the camera right there. There it is. There's no way we can duplicate that. Let me cut the cards in half over here. Now, Don, we're going to use that little box right there, okay?
Okay.
Your job is to take the 5, which is not your card.
Nope.
Would you take that 5? Would you rub that right on the box like that for me? Turn over that 5 for me. Is that your card, Don? Show the camera. There it is. It's 2 diamonds. She's doing good. I think I have an assistant. Watch that too. We'll place that back in the middle of the deck like that, Don. I'm going to shuffle face up. So you say stop at any time.
Stop.
Stop. Take that card. Is that yours? Show everybody. There it is. Sorry.
There it is.
One more time, Don. I'm
Okay.
going to take that card. There's the 2 diamonds. Goes back in the middle of the deck like that. Let's shuffle them up just to be sure. There we go.
Okay.
That's fair. Now, when I go like that, you say stop, okay?
Okay.
Ready?
Stop.
Right there. You could have stopped anyway. Do you want to change your mind or keep it?
Change my mind.
Excellent. Well, let's do it again. Here we go. Watch.
Stop.
Change it or keep it.
Keep it.
I'll bring it to the top so everyone could see it.
Okay.
Is that fair?
Yep.
Well, you could have stopped anyway, but you found your card on the 2 of diamonds.
There it is again.
But watch, if I take that 2 of diamonds, that's going to go at the bottom of the deck of cards. Your card. Watch it travel to the top. Here we go. Watch. And the magic word is National Night Out. It comes back to the top just like that.
Wow.
Now, one last time, if I cut them again, and I'm going to have you cut the deck as well. Do you play cards at all?
A little bit.
What do you play?
Poker.
Poker. There we go. Cut them any way you like. Excellent job. Oh, that's a good king.
Okay.
That's not bad at all. Now, Don, we're going to show you how we cut them in a crazy way. This is what I learned in college, Don. There we go. It's all about looking.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's not it there, is it?
No.
No, that's not it there.
No.
Now, Don, if you see the card, I want you to say stop at any time. Remember your card? You did write your name on it. What's the name of the card again?
It was the 2 of diamonds.
2 of diamonds. If you see the 2 of diamonds, Don, say, Steve, stop. There we go. I don't see it yet, Don.
No.
You know, it might be the last one, but I'm not sure. There's a 2 of hearts, Don.
Yeah, we're getting there.
See your card?
No.
No, that's not it. That's not it. 2 of spades. Don, I don't see your card at all in the deck.
It's gone.
Don, I'll tell you what. Would you pick up that box for me? Would you reach in that box, something inside that box? Oh, hold that for you. Open that up. Is that your card? Excellent job. You did great. We're going to call her Magic Dawn. There it is. Magic Dawn. You keep that again. Add that to your collection.
Thank
There we
you.
go. We'll do one more for now, Lisa.
All right, let's do one more.
Do you have a ring? Do you have a ring?
Yeah.
Could I borrow one of your rings? Beautiful.
Yep.
Ring. There we go, Don. We'll show everybody your ring. Do you have a different one? No. Let's, I like a larger ring. Yeah. And you go, well, that's even better. That may fit with it. Excellent, Jeff. Thank you, Don. There's the ring over there. Diamond ring. We didn't set this up, did we? No. Watch the ring at all times. 1, 2, 3, Don. It's gone from my hands. Back on your finger? No. It might be in my car, though. I'll show you the keys. We take the keys out. And the other one. Zip them all the way around. And in between the keys, something familiar. There it is.
Oh, wow. Okay.
There we go. And if we check that out, there it is. That is your ring, sir. Thank you. Well, thank you very much. Well, this is a wonderful evening in the National Night. Looks like there's about 1,000 people here. It's quite a bit.
Big.
We got Dunkin' Donuts.
That's right.
Giving away free pizza. Oh, a whole bunch of free things going on, right?
Yeah.
So this is great.
This has been wonderful.
It is. Any questions on the magic?
No. I look forward to seeing what you bring to the show next year.
We hope we'll be here. We're going to be here. But this is a great time. You're having a good time doing this. If you want to catch me, I'll be at the Sterling Fair on September 7th doing 3 shows, September 8th doing 3 shows, and I'll be at Buckswoods on August 18th doing 3 shows in the afternoon.
Nice.
So I'll be there.
There's
So,
lots of places for people to catch your show.
yeah, so actually it's going to be at the Tangra Outlets at Botswoods.
Okay.
So it'll be kind of something that thing. It's a back to school finale.
Yes.
You
Yep.
know, get people involved in shopping, I guess, for the school clothing.
Yes.
That's good.
I'm not looking forward to that. It is coming.
Oh, you have children?
Yeah, I have 2
Oh, God
boys.
bless you.
Yep. So 8th grade and 11th grade,
That's a lot.
they have already started talking about their outfits.
Do they start before Labor Day school?
Yeah, Grafton starts on the Tuesday before Labor Day. So we have 3 days and then Friday is off.
Yeah, my gosh. Bruno.
Yep.
Goes by fast when you
does.
know, just to have to enjoy it. School is good. Well, I appreciate you having me here.
Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you so much, Don. Thank
It
you.
was wonderful.
Magician Steve Charette, thank you so much. We have more to come, so
We'll be right back.
Thanks.
coverage here in Grafton on Grafton Community Television. Our next guest is a former member of Select Board, current member of Cable Oversight, Community Preservation.
Community preservation.
What am I going to forget?
Cable oversight,
I said
community
that.
preservation master plan, affordable housing trust, and I generally just attend everything.
Married, 2 kids?
2 kids.
Yeah. So fit all that in. My kids are adults, and I still can't manage my schedule. So welcome. This is your first time on camera for National Night Out, right?
It is first time for National Night Out. First time in the dunk tank, which was amazing.
Tell us about that.
Yes. How was
They
that?
use warm water. Did not know that.
Oh, that's
So that was
interesting.
intriguing. Yep.
Yeah.
They put a little chlorine tab in there too, so it feels like a pool. I feel like I just got out of a pool.
okay.
We have really great arms in this town. A lot of bullseyes happening. So that was fun.
So when you're in the dunk tank, how long are you in for? Is it a timed thing or is it just until someone dunks you?
Oh, no, you're in there until you basically want to get out. So we've been taking like 20, 30-minute turns. So
Okay,
after I got out, Evan got in, and William's up next, and we got a lot of volunteers tonight, so it'll be a good time.
Excellent. Well, I'm thankful that Bill has already asked me to, do this next year so I don't have to get in the dunk tank.
Oh, well, I mean, it is kind of fun. Just be careful, because when you go off, you slide your toes right into the front of the tank, which hurts. And I
Oh.
was not prepared for, but now that I know,
Now you know.
now I know.
Yeah. Would water shoes help, do you think?
Maybe. I don't have any water shoes, though, so. But yeah, bring your water shoes next year if you're doing the dunk tank.
Good advice.
So have you attended all of the National Nights Out or just this one?
Not all of them. Usually I'm up in Sebago Lake because it's earlier in August. So it's kind of nice that it was a little bit later this year and we were able to attend.
Yeah, because of the way the dates
Yep.
fell. Yep.
And what have you seen tonight that stuck out?
Just how many people are here. It's great. The weather,
crazy, isn't it?
The weather I was afraid would keep people away, but no, it's packed. Everybody seems to be having a great time. And Dunkin' Donuts, super popular. It's like the line in the morning. It's just everybody's excited for Dunkin' Donuts.
How many people were shaking, waiting for their caffeine?
No, they were handing them out in line, so you didn't have to. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
So the line was just if you wanted to spin the wheel.
Yeah, to get like super cool prizes like these glasses.
There you go.
Yep.
My granddaughter has a pair of glasses. She plays, what do they call it, T-ball. She comes out of the house with a uniform on.
Puts on her glasses.
Yeah, like a stud.
Yeah, pretty much. So, I should say, Dawn came up with a great idea this year.
You came up with the mechanics.
With the what?
The mechanics of it.
The mechanics. I did the mechanics, but you came up with the idea. Would you like to participate in the first ever Grafton Wonder Wheel?
I mean, yeah, obviously, I don't know what that is, but like, yeah, I'm not going to say no. So,
Absolutely, I do.
have I said no to anything ever?
Talk amongst, I don't know.
No.
Talk amongst yourselves. I'll get the wheel.
Colleen,
Yes.
we have
What's happening like now?
yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
We have the first annual Grafton Wonder Wheel.
Uh-huh.
There are 12 slots,
Okay.
12 potential questions.
Sure.
You have to spin the wheel
Yep.
and answer the question.
Love that.
All right. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
You spin the wheel. I'll call it out.
Wheel.
All right, here we go. First time ever.
It's no physical challenges, right?
You
You're not
are-
doing push-ups.
No.
Your question number 12. So that was
Question number 12.
cooking or baking.
Baking. I'm an apple pie baking champion. I love baking. Absolutely. That was an easy one. Oh,
That
man.
was such a good question for her.
It was.
Because it's such a good question for her because she loves to bake.
Yep. Baking's for sure my favorite.
It was predetermined. It was
Yeah,
predestined.
we have a list of.
No, I see. That's 12. I lucked out on that one.
Yeah.
Oh, those are some good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't reveal any of them.
No, can't reveal any.
No.
Yeah, you got to come over here to find out if you're gonna.
So which committee's been keeping you the most busy this year?
All of them. Everybody has their own unique needs, which is exciting. In addition to all the committee work, I still keep tabs in the select board. I keep attending those. I've been going to a lot of planning board meetings lately because
Planning
projects
board
going
has
on
been
there. Yep, pretty
very
hot right now.
lively.
Yep.
Very lively.
Yep.
Late.
So they're all unique in their own ways, and they're all really exciting in their own ways.
So how would you describe how you were attracted to all things government? Did it start when you were younger?
Yeah, I would say my interest started when I was younger. I don't think I had any idea I was going to be this interested until I got really involved, and I just couldn't dial back. But growing up, my dad was on all the committees. I remember holding signs when he was running for planning board, and he was always running out to meetings at night. It never dawned on me that you didn't give back to your community. So, yeah, and now here I am just doing the same thing, and my kids are watching me, and hopefully they'll volunteer when it's time for them.
That's great.
Yep.
So I'll tell you a funny story. I was at a committee meeting, doesn't matter which one, and there was a question about a procedure or a question about how things are done in town, and everybody kind of did that 1,000-yard stare. And then someone in the room whips out their phone and starts texting, and the person next to me says, "Who are you texting?" And I said, "Probably Colleen." Sure enough, that's who it was.
Yeah, that happens.
The Grafton Encyclopedia of all things political protocol.
Yep.
Yep.
And there's still so much I don't know, which is great because it's always fun to learn new stuff.
Yep. Yep.
Imagine if you knew it all.
I mean, it would be great. It would be great. So I wouldn't be upset about it.
Yes. Oh, dear God.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen now? You've been dunked.
Yep.
Are you hanging around, or are you done for the night?
I think I got to change. I didn't really think to bring a change of clothes because I didn't think of where to change. So
That would have been here.
well, I'm not gonna drapes in the studio like I.
Well, we take breaks. So when we throw it to break, you would have run in and you would have changed.
Use the downside.
Yeah, but you mop up the floor behind me. I'm like wet. Like
Yeah, you are actually. She's got a bit of a puddle forming underneath her right now.
Todd
As
and
we're
I
standing
combined have
here.
like 6 costume changes planned out. So,
Oh, that's nice.
Just like the Oscars.
or the People's Choice Awards.
Choice Awards.
Oh, raffle tickets. Oh, if you guys are paying attention, anybody else?
I haven't won anything yet, but
We gotta get some raffle winners over here.
I don't know. What are we going to win?
Coming.
What do we win?
they've got
Nothing if we're not
tickets
listening.
there.
How do we even hear what the number is?
I don't know. They said something.
All right. Well, you go change.
All right, I'll do that. Thank you, and have fun with
Bye.
your wheel tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you for being the first to spin the wheel.
Yeah, all right.
Help us break the ice. Bye-bye. So there's more to come tonight.
We'll be right back.
We're back with our next guest on National Night Out coverage here on Grafton Community Television. We have DA Joe Early. He's a frequent flyer when he comes in and visits with us. Welcome aboard.
Thanks, Bob. Nice to see you. Dawn, nice to see you.
Nice to see you. Thank you for coming by, saying hello.
Oh, no, this is a great night. What's special about tonight is the Chiefs. It's going to be the last one before he retires. And let me tell you,
The big one.
we got 60 cities and towns in the county. We are so lucky to have Chief Crapo, Norman Crapo, as the chief out here. He's the best.
He's a great guy.
Yeah.
And he's a ball buster from way back. It's community television. We can say that.
You can say that. All right. All right.
He must ask me twice a week if I'm sleeping in my office.
No, and he gives it right back, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
But he's so great. And you got the junior program out here. And Grafton's a great town. And, I spent a lot of time in Grafton as a kid. My grandmother lived on Airport, up on Airport Road.
No kidding.
Yeah, when it was still an airport up there.
Right.
But I grew up, spent a lot of time in Grafton.
Wow.
And we've had our ups and downs over the last 18, 19 years. Oh, we're not out here too much, but what we are, is bad stuff. But I think this might be the best national night out in the county.
You're the second person tonight to say that.
That seems to be the opinion.
Yeah,
Yep, it's a good time.
it is a good time. And
Grafton Police puts on a great
they really do.
event.
I mean, it's such a
so
great
much
community.
to do and so many vendors and getting out with the kids. It was one of my favorite things to do when my boys were little.
Yeah, I'll bet. And for me, it's a must stop. It's a must stop.
What are you working on?
We're working on a bunch of stuff. Always working on prevention. Always working with the different police departments, and especially Worcester, Grafton, Leominster, in terms of keeping kids busy after school between the hours of 3 to 6. And we're doing a lot, unfortunately, with regards to the opioid crisis. A lot of prevention work, because if we can get to kids and teach them a little bit, and we're in the schools every day, whether it's bullying, domestic violence, opioids, and alcohol, talking to them about sending them messages and keeping them busy after school between the hours of 3 to 6, where we use drug forfeiture money to keep them busy. It's our number one crime prevention tool, and by working with all our partners, we've reduced juvenile delinquency complaints 79%. You don't hear about that too often, but that's the big success. That's where our passion is. That's our why.
Yeah.
And we talk about why we do it. What I do is I'm the DA. What I do is work with a talented group of 180 people. Why we do it is because we're all in this together, and we want to help each other, help people, and it's much easier to repair a troubled kid than a broken adult.
Yep.
So that's what we're doing.
Prevention and education.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I just said prevention and education. I know those are the key things you need to do to
Absolutely.
bring change for the future.
Absolutely. And you're the least funded and most underutilized, but when you use them, it makes everyone happy. To the left of the aisle, it helps them because you're keeping numbers down in jail. To the right of the aisle, you're keeping numbers down in jail. You're also saving taxpayer dollars by not putting people in jail. They're becoming productive members of society. And we know we're also doing a lot of work with care program in our drug endangered children program. So and Grafton does a great job with it. Police respond to a house. There might have been a domestic, there might have been a parent overdose, something like that. They'll call the school with a simple 3-word message: Johnny Jones, handle with care. So in the past, where a kid might have fallen asleep in class, got a suspension or detention for acting out, now they get a warm hug, because we know when we deal with the trauma, if it works. When we don't deal with the trauma, 50% of the kids end up in the criminal justice system, or they end up with substance use disorder themselves. So those are some of the things we're working on. And the trauma, the more we learn about it, the more we learn how debilitating it is. So we get to the kids, we give them the warm hug, especially the dysfunctional families, because everyone has trauma. It's just a question of what degree. So it's going well.
Yeah, that can be the difference between them not wanting to go to school and being able to feel safe there.
Absolutely.
And that will improve the absenteeism issues that we're having across the country now. And
Absolutely.
It'll improve their engagement and their test scores.
Absolutely. And you also do something great in Grafton. I love your school resource officer. And it becomes, people will complain that, we don't want cops in schools. He isn't a cop. It's a resource officer, and it's a friend. And when the child is wondering what to do, or they might have heard something that they're worried about, they go talk to the resource officer, and the resource officer helps them. And if they see a kid in need of services, it might be mental health services, it might be other things, they direct them to services. So your resource officer does a great job out here also. And you also got programs after graduation, after prom. You partner with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know they do the senior night where they sleep over after graduation to keep the kids safe, so they have lots of activities that they do up at the high school so that
No one's on the road.
Exactly.
Yeah, no one's drinking.
So we should say his name. It's SRO Officer Mark Alts.
Yes,
So make sure he gets the proper.
Yeah,
the proper.
he does a good job. And then you did a nice job vetting him, and it's a great. Love Grafton, and love being out in Grafton on a national night out.
Where you headed next?
Staying here.
You were here for the night.
Here for the
It's the
night.
Chiefs last one.
Yeah,
They don't-
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
I want to go over have a hot dog with him, maybe a slice of pizza and a glass of water.
Yep.
And yeah,
Big parties maybe in the future where everybody gets together and say goodbye, or
I'm sure.
yeah.
Sad, bittersweet day. Happy for him, but at the same point,
Yeah.
we'll give him a clock and thank him for his service. But it's the things that he does, and he does it in a quiet way, is my dad told me those are the things in government you see that last forever. The things where people take credit, they're fleeting, but the things you don't see, which is what Chief Cripple is all about, they last forever.
That's the legacy. The things that people,
Well said. It is a legacy.
that,
Yep.
you're not doing it for the camera. You're doing it for the community.
Yeah. There's
What
no
people
I in
really
team, and he does it well. It's all about we, not me. It's about we.
It's a class act. Thanks for coming by.
Thanks, guys. Good to see you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you
Good
so
to see
much
you.
for coming by.
Take care.
Appreciate it. All right. Take care.
Take care.
We have more to come here at National Night Out coverage on Grafton Community Television.
We'll be right back.
We're back live. Grafton's coverage of National Night Out here at 26 Providence Road, the home base for all things TV in the town of Grafton.
Thank you guys for stopping by. We have our town administrator, fresh from the dunk tank, Evan Broussard. How you doing tonight?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Good. Thank you for having me.
Does one actually become fresh after the dunk tank?
No, I can smell myself. I smell like chlorine and
And warm water.
Warm water.
Warm water.
Yeah.
In the job description, did they list the dunk tank?
Yeah. It says other duties as assigned.
As a sign, yeah.
There you
So,
go.
that's the out.
That
That's the
covers a
out.
wide
Right.
gamut.
It does. It does. Yeah. So, but it's a lot of fun.
It is.
It's a lot of fun. A lot of good volunteerism this year. I know Colleen was in there before me. William was in there right after. I know Sergeant Crosby and Officer H.U. go into. So
Nice.
it's fun. Nice time.
Yeah.
So have you noticed that perhaps the crowd this year is much bigger than last year? Or do you have an opinion?
I would say it's close to the same as it was last year.
Okay.
However, I think that we would have been larger had it not been for the rainy lead up.
Yeah.
So, but
It was-
there's a lot of people here, and it's a great event, a lot of turnout.
Yeah.
Chief puts on a really good show.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how they all show up exactly at 5 minutes of 5.
Yep.
Bam. And then,
Bam.
and then it's a party.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's great.
Yeah.
Lots of good stuff happening out there.
Anything caught your eye that was radically different than last year? There's a lot of we thought there were a lot of new pop-ups.
Yep. A lot of new pop-ups, a lot of new tents out there. I haven't really gone around.
Been busy at the dunk tank.
Yeah, I went from the dunk tank to my kids in the Dunkin' line to the fire truck, and now I'm here.
The
So-
priority spots.
So right, I have to go.
High
I have to
traffic
go
area.
around after this.
Yeah.
Make some
Press the
new
flush.
friends.
Yeah.
So,
So you said William was in the tank now?
he probably is just finishing up.
Okay.
But
Boy.
but yeah, he goes in. He has to go after me. I won't let him go before me. I don't want to be in William's soup by the time I'm done. You know.
Was there a special guest you want to introduce?
Yeah. So I don't know. You're a little short there, Bina, but this is my daughter Anya. Anya, you want to say hi?
No.
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 Okay.
Okay.
I'll stop court because it smells like it's been cooking for blood. Is it all right?
Yeah, it's good. Take the lollipop on your mouth, sweetie. Okay. She's got her face painted.
Yes.
We're at the face painting thing. How'd that go? Good? All right.
Good,
You recommend it? No? Okay.
No.
All right. Well, we're done with you.
Yeah. yeah.
All right. So the new thing that Grafton TV, Bob Totoma, the town administrator Don Anderson has come up with is the Wonder Wheel,
Yes.
and
I'm ready for it.
you're only the second person.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. You ready?
I'm ready.
This is some high-end quality design
Okay. Okay.
on the front. Do you want to see?
Follow it up.
All right, I'll spin it. Ready?
Lucky number 7.
7.
So question number 7: would you ban pineapple on pizza?
Absolutely. Without hesitation.
I am 100% with you, and I don't
not-
even eat pizza.
It's not okay. It's
I'm
not okay.
allergic to pineapple.
I'm not, but I tell people I am so I don't have to eat it. I'm not like a party.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're like, no, I'm allergic.
No, I'm allergic to that.
I'm allergic to cheese, so I can't eat pizza anyway. So
I've heard many different allergies, but pineapple.
it's really all of those tropical fruits. Really? Yeah. I got a facial once where they used a pineapple like mask. It looked like I got a chemical peel. Yeah.
I've never had that experience.
Yeah. No.
Wow. I learned something. That's the second thing new we've learned.
There you go.
Yeah.
Pineapple allergy.
No pineapple on the pizza.
Okay.
I support that stance.
What's number 1 on the to-do list?
we've got a lot of development happening, so it's a lot of meetings with the developers or, the town planner, Fiona, she's out straight, so I do a lot of liaising with her. We've been doing some other things too. We've got, I'm just trying to think of where we've been going. We've got so many things in the file.
Sidewalks. You've got.
We're in the paving
cupola.
season. Paving season will start the next week, so then it's a lot of that. We've got the library cupola project ongoing. We've been trying to get 95 North Street off the ground. Working with some of the CPC applicants to try to get them across the finish line. Get their projects kicked off. And then we've been doing a lot with the Harvey contract is up, so we're in that process again. I just finished negotiating with the police, so hopefully they'll ratify that contract the next week.
Okay.
So just a lot of town administrator stuff that it's just what we do every day. So but we've been doing some fun stuff too. We've been able to start the podcast.
Yeah, when's the next episode gonna drop?
We're gonna do that this month. And I don't know. I think we're talking about Chief Matthew being the guest.
Okay.
So
right.
yeah, but the first two are out there if you want to check them out.
I am subscribed on Spotify. I'm one of those.
Out. Yeah.
Yep.
But no, it's been good. We've been finding some fun things to do, I think.
Have you got responses on the podcast? So you got criticism, hate mail?
Yeah. No, we got a couple of feedback we got from the first one was that we really should add pop filters while we're talking because people can hear our breath.
Yeah.
And then just some other guest ideas.
Yeah.
So
I think I've sent you a couple.
Yep, you have. You
Yes.
have. So, we were talking about Chief Matthew, but since Chief Crabro announced his retirement, we might move him up in the schedule, and then we could do Chief Crabro, and then if you weren't aware, I did appoint Deputy Chief Minardi to the chief's position.
Okay.
Starting October 4th.
So that's official.
So that's official. So he'll be in front of the select board on August 27th to do his affirmation, but otherwise it's done and he's ready, and we're looking forward to taking that next step with Grafton. We'll miss Chief Grayful, of course.
Yes.
But it's bittersweet. It's sad for not being with Chief Grayful every day, and then also excited to see what Chief Minardi brings to the table. So yeah, looking forward to it. Yeah, good stuff.
All right, we'll turn you loose.
Okay.
I saw William walk by, so he's out of the tank.
Okay.
Who's going in after William?
I actually don't know. It's too far down the list for me.
All right.
All right. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for coming
Have a
by,
good night.
Evan.
Thanks for stopping.
Have a good night.
Around.
All right, we have more coming, so stay with us.
We'll be right back.
All right, we're coming back live for our National Night Out coverage here in Grafton at Grafton Community Television. And we have a guest. He is Dwayne Camper. That's a cool name. And he works at Unibank, and he's come by to visit, and we're going to open checking accounts on the air.
Yeah, we can do that. Mobile.
Right now, really?
Right now, we could. We're working on it. Believe it or not, we are working on it as an institution. The bank is actually looking to do that.
Wow.
Bring actually technology to the events to be able to open up accounts for customers as they come by. We can up them out right on the spot.
Wow.
So clearly, you have success by coming to events like this.
Yes.
Or you wouldn't come out.
Right.
So, do you get inundated with banking questions, or is it just as simple as, hey, how do I do X?
It's a little bit of both. More importantly, it's building the relationships with the people in the community. We see a lot of familiar faces, a lot of customers that we have relationships with already. So coming out to these events are great just for continuing that relationships that we already have with a lot of people in the community. And it's great. You see a lot of familiar faces, but no bank questions, but we are able to take them if you guys do have questions.
Okay.
That's, we're always willing and able to answer those questions, but here we're just out to have fun and make people smile and have a good time.
How long has Unibank been in town?
Unibank has been around since 2003, I believe. I could be wrong. I know, actually, maybe not 3. I started in 2017, so I've been this for 7 years. 2013, sorry, I forgot 10 years. 2013, it opened up right on 89 Worcester Street here in Grafton. But Unibank in itself has been in, the Blackstone Valley area for over 100 plus years.
Oh, wow.
Yes. During COVID, we saw it 150 plus 2 years during COVID. So Institution's been around for a long time, serving the Blackstone Valley community. Over 13 locations. They're actually looking to open up one across the street from Polo Park. Hopefully, this quarter or the end of the year. So it's very nice. Still continuing to grow, small bank, but still local to the communities and helping out people in the areas.
Yeah.
I had no idea that there was such a long history.
Neither did I.
Yeah.
Wow.
Started out as two Uxbridge Savings and Whiteville Savings. They merged in 1989, forming Unibank, but they still hold the same core values. And it's been great. It's just really staying true and dedicated to the people in the Blackstone Valley area.
So what kind of bling are you giving away over there?
Today we have Woosocks. The Woosocks is we do sponsor the Friday night fireworks at the Woosocks. So we have Woosock stress balls. Hopefully your life's not too stressful, but everyone loves them. We have lollipops, of course. What bank doesn't give away lollipops? We have the famous Unibank chip clips, our famous shopping bags. We have pens. We also have sunglasses. What else? I know I'm forgetting something else. Tissues, which are great. Even though we don't need it, no one's wiping off any sweat this year, so we don't need that tissues.
Not bad tonight.
And just a lot of good fun and smiles. Just having a good time here at Unibank.
So those chip clips, are those the ones with the magnet you can put on the
Those
fridge?
are the ones with the magnet.
I love
chips. Yeah, and we actually have to-go cups too. So we've been giving those away to the kids, getting ready to go back to school, so they can have their coffee before they go back to school. So hopefully that works out for them as well.
So we know where Don's going as soon as we take our next break.
Yes, come on back. Yes, those are a hot commodity. Everyone loves those.
They're great.
Well, I want to thank you for coming by.
Thank you for having me.
We'll let you go back to
An
work.
opportunity. Nice to meet you.
Good to see
Thank
you
you
again.
so much for coming by.
Pleasure. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, right there. We'll take it away. All right, take care. There's more to come on Grafton National Night Out here on GCTV.
We'll be right back.
We're back live on Grafton Community Television, and we have a guest. Don, why don't you do the introductions?
This is National Night Out, which is a night that's all about community. So we thought we would have our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man come by and participate in a new activity that we are doing this year with some of our guests called the Grafton Wonder Wheel.
All right.
So we're going to have you
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
spin the wheel and answer one of the questions. So give that a spin.
All right. Let's see what's going to be.
All right, the wheel is slowing down. It's stopped on number 9.
Number 9.
So number 9 is, do you use cruise control?
Yes, sir. Whenever I'm just cruising down the highway or cruising down a back road, cruise control is the best thing to use.
All right. But do you have a Spider-Mobile, like the Batmobile?
Right now, my Spider-Mobile is in the shop after a minor fender bender with Batman.
Oh, okay.
So don't worry, he'll be paying the expenses.
Okay.
So right now we got a rental going, but Spider-Mobile is coming back.
All right. That's good to know. It's good to know.
And,
Are you having fun
exactly.
tonight?
Yes,
How long
ma'am.
does it take you? How long does it take you to get from one side of Grafton to the other when you're visiting?
It only should take me a good, let's say 30 minutes on a good day, an hour on a bad day.
Okay. Is that because it's just too hard to find a place to?
There's so many good spots in Grafton, but there's too many trees, I gotta say.
Yeah.
Well, we'll let you get back to pressing the flesh and meeting the citizens of Grafton. Appreciate you coming by.
No problem, happy to do so.
All right.
Thank you so much, Spidey.
Ew, this was Spider-Man. I mean, this is a big deal. We have more to come, so stick with us here at Grafton TV.
We'll be right back.
Back live on Grafton Community Television's coverage for National Night Out. Dawn, we have a guest.
Yes, we do. Stoney from the Veterans Advisory Committee. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good, and yourself?
I'm doing well. I have a question.
Okay.
Nice tent.
Thank you.
Not really
Thank
a question so much as a statement.
no,
when I
thank you.
walked down the hill to come in tonight, I thought Grafton has stepped up its pop-up tent game. There's so many new tents, and I noticed that one right away, and it's beautifully decorated with all of the flags and swags.
Thank you.
Looks good.
I think you did this because somebody maybe behind me might have ordered it for us, and he's trying to take credit for it.
Actually, he had no idea I was going to say that.
No, yeah, it's we're really trying to expand our the town's awareness of what we do. There's a lot of veterans out there. We want to reach out to them and basically, figure out what's on their mind. What do they want our help with, and what can we help them with?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Great.
So,
The reception's been good.
yeah. So we're still, trying to reach out to those veterans. So if you're out here, or if you plan on coming out, come on out and swing by our tent. It's very, very evident who we are. So we would love to meet with you. But yeah.
So we would be remiss if we didn't mention the other committee, or the sister committee, however we would refer to it, the Trustees of Soldiers and Sailors Memorials, which is where all of this began.
Okay.
Do you remember how all of this began?
The trustees was... This has only been in the last,
Right.
Yeah, about 3 years.
4 years. Yeah.
Right.
And the I believe the brainchild of the 4th of July parade came from you guys, right?
Oh,
Yes,
yeah. So the 4th of July parade is the brainchild of Bob and I, and fortunately we signed ourselves up for that. But it's been great. I like to joke around about it, but it is. We are Veteran Advisory Committee members, but we handle the 4th of July parade as residents.
As its own.
Yeah. So, but no, actually, what Bob is talking about is the Trustees of Soldiers and Sailors. With, during the COVID pandemic, there was the committee went silent with the Zoom calls and things like that. So we were really struggling to get more of a veteran involvement in the town, and instead of focusing on just the memorials around the town decided to stand up this new committee, Veterans Advisory Committee, to focus on everything veteran related within Grafton. So it really gave us a lot of latitude on what we can do and where we can support the town. Although we were only been active for about 3 years, we've tried to be very, very active in that time frame. So we like to do meet and greets, which our latest one is going to be a Salute to Veterans Comedy Night on 7th of November at 6 p.m. We're hosting it at the Legion Post.
Oh, right down there.
Yes.
Yep. Right
a little bit
before,
behind us.
Yeah, right at the intersection where Perot's Nursery is.
Yes. So one of the things that we've been struggling with, and we've been, once again, trying to reach out to those veteran members, but there's certain things that are always brought up when you talk veterans. Veterans benefits is the big one. And being a veteran myself, you get to the point like, I know I wish that there was something else, though, to bring me in the door. So we've been doing a lot of brainstorming, trying to figure out other ways that we can get involved and get other people around town involved. And we thought the comedy night would be a great way to do that, get the word out. It is not just open to veterans, it's open to the whole town. So we're asking everybody to come out and enjoy us.
So are you guys hiring a comedian, or are you doing like an open mic night?
Oh, I don't know if people would come and see me on open night. Maybe Bob.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
Right? So we are bringing in a couple of comedians.
Nice.
I think 2 or 3.
So at least.
Yeah, at least 2. We're still finalizing the details, but we're going to pay to have somebody come in and actually make people laugh.
All right.
Instead of them laughing at us.
Yeah.
So.
And because it's the Veterans Committee, we got a break on the price.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then we're also try to do food drives where we're collecting food not only for the Grafton local food bank, but we also support the DAB up north. They have a veterans homeless town with a couple of homes and things like that, where if a veteran is homeless, they can go up there and get some support, get back on their feet. And so we support them with toiletries and food items as well whenever we do the food drives.
Nice. That's amazing.
Now, you want to throw the Wonder Wheel at him?
I think we should.
Oh.
So Bob and I brainstormed some ideas to change things up this year.
Okay.
So we created a Wonder Wheel.
All right.
We're going to spin the wheel, And whatever number it lands on, we've got a question for you.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
a little scary now.
Yep. So just give it a spin.
Give it a spin.
All right, here we go. The wheel has been spun.
I'm gonna
And
have
it
to look
has
at the
landed
video.
on number 8. Number 8 is camping or 5-star resort.
Ooh.
Ooh. So I would say it really depends on what I'm looking for. I enjoy camping. I love getting out in nature, but there's also something you want to go to the beach and stay in a 5-star resort and get pampered. So I don't think that's really a true answer, but
Well, you're not getting any younger, so.
I know, no, that's true. That's true.
When I was younger, I would have leaned more towards camping. I camped. I had my own tent. I went camping all the time with my family. And when I got into college, I would go with my friends. And now, as I've gotten older, I think a bed would be nice.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
The thing, you lay down in your sleeping bag and then you're like, I don't think I can get up in the morning. That's when I'll probably stop camping. But I say that like I go camping often. I really don't.
No.
Not as much as I want.
2 years ago, we went to Hermit Island off the coast of Maine.
Nice.
And no water, no electric. It's just at site. And we're going to be there for 5 days. And I said, yeah, I just turned 50. I'm getting a cot. I'm not sleeping on the ground anymore.
Yeah.
And I stand by that decision. Yep.
My wife's the same way. She wants to do if we're going to go camping, that's glamping.
Glamping, yeah.
In a 5-star resort. So, but I joked with her that I'm going to buy some land up in Maine, just out in the middle of nowhere, live off grid, hunting, fishing, all that kind of stuff. And she's like, you'll be doing that by yourself.
Have fun with that.
So, yeah, I will. I would have a blast.
All right, we'll turn you loose.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Bob.
Thank you so much.
It's been a blast.
Thank
Justin
you for
Stone is the
spinning wheel.
chair of the Veterans Advisory Committee and the trustees of Soldiers and Sailors Memorials. And they got a big event coming up in the fall, so make sure you keep tuned in for that. There's more to come tonight.
We'll be right back.
All right, I know you may not be thrilled about it, but we're back live at National Night Out, Grafton, Massachusetts. I'm Bob DeToma. This is Don Anderson on the other side, and between us is the Assistant Town Administrator for the Town of Grafton,
William Blake.
Don, it's a pleasure to be with you. Bob,
So good to see
I'm
you.
with you.
How was the dunk tank?
The dunk tank is awesome. I love doing the dunk tank every year. Pretty much as soon as the chief starts talking about National Night Out, I say, put me down.
All
And
right.
it makes up for all the times when I was younger that I asked to go in and was told no.
Okay. All right.
So where in the pecking order were you on the dunk tank schedule?
I was third, I believe. When we came down, Colleen Roy was in.
Yep.
Evan got in afterwards so his kids could dunk him. And then I was up next.
All right.
So Evan and Colleen were both in agreement that one does not come fresh from the dunk tank. You come back with some other smell.
Oh, no. Not at all. Because it's chlorinated warm water. So
It's
It's delightful.
it is, honestly. I'll go home, I'll burn these clothes, and I'll take a shower, and I'll be nice and good.
Okay.
it's like hot tub stew.
The stew is a disgusting but accurate way to put it.
Well. So what have you been working on recently? Are you working on the same things as Evan, or does he give you stuff?
He gives me stuff. So a lot of what I've been doing lately relates to the library.
The library.
So doing a ton of work for the cupola restoration project, which is going well. I was actually up there last week with our architect and our Mass Historic Commission liaison. All the louvers, which are the green slats between the columns, those were all painted. The cupola's got a fresh coat of paint. They redid all the lining in the interior so it won't leak again. Project's coming along nicely. Should be done by mid-September, we're hoping.
Cool.
And will that include fixing the ceiling?
Yes, it will. So those are two separate contractors, but the interior contractor won't put up the scaffolding and paint until we've repaired the cupola.
Yep.
so it doesn't get damaged again, which is understandable.
Yep. All right. Well, that's good. And how is our new library director?
Phenomenal.
Nice.
I was really hoping they were going to have a booth here today so you guys could interview him for these segments because
Yes.
Tom is delightful. He's a very interesting man. He's always got something unique to add to the conversation. I enjoy talking to him very much.
Nice. All right.
I credit the Board of Library Trustees. That's a good hire.
Okay. Well done, Board of Library Trustees.
Very well done.
All right. Yeah.
So the projects in the building, such as room F.
Yes.
So we have conference room A, which is where select board and planning board meet, and then upstairs we have F. So it's kind of like going from the Starship Enterprise
Oh, we're going there.
rowboat
To what?
to a rowboat.
To a rowboat.
Technology is so distant
Yes.
from each other. So the cable committee wants to upgrade room F to match or near match the capabilities of room A.
Okay.
And I was telling Evan recently that was the most frequently asked question that I get in public. And I often stop William in the hallway and ask, where are we going with this? How's it working out? So we're looking forward to having that happen as quickly as possible. And then, as William will attest, Colleen came up with the idea that we need to go across the hall and get room G added into the mix too. So
Wow.
we have a lot on our plate as far as TV projects and material.
Yeah.
And so getting F up to speed to match A and then bounce across the hall and get TV cameras in room G. Busy.
Busy.
Very busy. The bid process for Conference Room F is going to start soon, hopefully. Unfortunately, as with anything related to the state, procurement law is confusing and long-winded. So it's just a matter of making sure we do it right so there's no hiccups later on down the line.
Yep. Yeah.
It's really mind-boggling. All the T's have to be crossed, all the I's have to be dotted. And then there's the equipment. And the equipment can just make your eyes roll back into the back of your head. But we've done 2 rooms, and if we accomplish a third, it'll really be a major move forward for Grafton TV. I should say for Grafton government TV.
Yeah.
Because that's where it'll get used the most.
I don't ask any technology questions. I know the procurement side of it, and I leave the rest to Bob.
Okay. All right.
But I know right away when he stops me in the hallway and William says, so a citizen asked me, and I just said, Colleen.
Was it Colleen?
It was, in fact, in this case, Colleen.
A citizen asked me.
It's amazing. I think I saw Evan dunk her, and as he did it, he made some comment about all the additional work that she gives him. So I think that was letting out some pent-up frustration.
It's getting it out.
Have you ever been to a national night out in any other town?
Natick.
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 Okay.
Okay.
I believe I went to theirs because growing up, some of my best friends lived in Natick.
Okay.
And one day I just so happened to be with them, and they were like, let's go. That's the thing to do in town tonight, and off we went.
Interesting. So I'm assuming these are friends from DeMolay.
They are friends from DeMolay, yes.
Okay. All right. Because I was going to say that the distance between Quincy and Natick.
Well, even further, because I grew up on Cape Cod. So that's when I had these friends.
You now live in Quincy. Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
Yeah. That's quite a haul.
It is.
So how old were you when you went to your first national night out?
Probably 16, I want to say, maybe 17.
So a bunch of 16 and 17-year-olds go, the thing to do in Natick is to go to national night out.
There was not a lot to do in Natick, I'm guessing.
Well, there wasn't, but it's also you come down and you get the free stuff.
Yeah. You
Which-
get all the swag.
I don't know if you remember from when you were 16 and 17, but something you notably don't have is money most of the time.
Yes.
Sadly, I barely remember what I had for lunch today, what I did when I was 17, so.
I remember it like it was yesterday.
I'm told when I was 17 I had hair. There's actually pictures.
I find that hard to believe.
Now, that's what you have to have the photographic proof.
Okay. I would buy it then, but I like to imagine that 17-year-old Bob Totoma was just the same thing, but a little bit shorter.
I'll see if I can find, no, not shorter, maybe wider, but I'll see if I can find my graduation picture, and the hair was.
Oh, no. Now we're going to have to see a photo of that.
We'll make you a new staff ID with that photo.
It was the 70s. It was the 70s. Well, thank you for stopping by.
My pleasure.
You
Always.
want to,
Oh,
Something tells me this is not going to go well for me.
it's going to go just fine.
it's going to go beautifully.
Why don't you tell them what we're talking about?
Okay, so we devised an activity to kind of break things up a little bit.
Okay.
We have pulled together 12 questions.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to tip this a little so you can kind of see on our monitor.
Do I spin the wheel?
You're going to spin the wheel.
Okay.
12 slots with 12 possible questions.
Lovely.
Okay, just give it a spin.
Question number 5 is, what is your favorite films?
See, I saw this sheet, and I was really hoping that you weren't going to ask me that question because I felt like I needed to have a really, intelligent, avant-garde answer.
Okay.
So I've been thinking about that the entire time we've been talking, and I don't have an answer quite yet. I think.
What question would you have wanted to answer?
Oh no, I'll play fair. I'll answer the 5th one. I really liked the movie The Illusionist with Ed Norton. When it first came out, it's Ed Norton and Paul Giamatti. I liked that. It came out around the same time as The Prestige.
As so often happens, movies are greenlit that are very similar and they race to get to the final films.
I think that if we're talking a movie that if I'm just flipping through and it's on, I'll stop and watch it. I'm a big fan of the first Iron Man movie with Robert Downey Jr. That film, I think, holds up very well since it first came out.
All right.
There you go. That wasn't too difficult.
There you go.
All right. Thank you for coming by.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me, as always.
Thank you.
I'll see you both in a year.
Well, I'll probably see you.
Hopefully, yeah.
I'll probably see you before then.
Probably.
Meetings, all kinds of places.
Excellent.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
William Blake is the Assistant Town Administrator here in Grafton. There's more to come tonight on Grafton's National Night Out coverage.
We'll be right back.
We're back live here at Grafton Community Television's coverage of National Night Out. And we have 3 guests on the set. We're just going to keep it simple so we can turn you loose. And this year's new hotness is the Wonder Wheel. Wonder Wheel?
The Wonder Wheel. So we devised a spinning wheel that has 12 numbers. Show them before you turn it so they can see it.
So the questions of the wheel.
The wheel.
This was not divulged before we stood here, just FYI.
Yes. So there are, and that's my amazing design.
It looks great. They look great.
There are 12 possible questions.
Okay.
Some more challenging than others. And we'll just have you each spin the wheel and give us an answer. And keep it nice and simple.
Love it.
Absolutely.
Sounds like
simple.
a plan.
All right. Who's first? Matt.
I'll go first.
Okay.
No, stay there. Stay in the...
Yep.
You don't even get to see what we get?
He'll tell you.
All right, this is Matt Often spin. Question number 3. Have you got the list?
Question number 3. What was the last book that you read?
Let's see. The last book that I read, this is tough. It was called The Paramis. It's on Buddhist philosophy.
Wow.
The 10 Perfections.
Very interesting. Wow.
Great book. I read it on vacation. The family was down in Cancun in Mexico, and it rained all week, so I did a lot of reading.
Got a lot of reading done.
That was great.
Yeah.
Hanging out at the beach.
Okay. All right. Okay, Anne-Marie, are you ready?
All right, the wheel, that's a slow turn. Oh, and Anne-Marie has number 1.
Number 1. Hard-hitting question. When it comes to your ice cream, cup or cone?
Oh, cone, for sure.
Cone.
Yeah.
Okay.
And sugar cone at that.
That was the follow-up. Waffle of sugar.
Sugar cone. And
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I can say about that.
Yep, I was going to say as a follow-up waffle or sugar. Okay. All right. And Andy? Last but not least. Oh, he gave it a good spin.
No way.
All right, here we go. It's slowing down. It is number 12.
All right.
Number 12. Cooking or baking, which is really the difference between art and science.
Yeah, it's like scripted versus jazz.
Exactly. Yeah.
Cooking versus
Cooking versus baking.
I'm gonna go cooking.
Cooking.
I feel like I should have gone quicker. I really enjoy both, if I'm being honest.
Okay.
But I feel like I do more cooking than actual baking.
All right. Excellent. Sorry, I heard. Cookie versus
All right,
bacon.
one last lightning round then. Cookie or bacon?
Oh, bacon all day.
Bacon, 100%. All right, I'll go. I'll take the minority opinion and go cookie on this one.
Okay. All right. Maybe we'll add that to the wheel next year. No, it's awesome.
Salty or sweet? Yeah.
Yeah, that's sweet or savory. I like that. All
What
right.
really threw me was when you listed it out as science or art, and I thought, I failed science. I'm gonna go with art.
Yep. Yeah.
I would much rather cook.
Me too.
I'd much rather cook. Yeah.
Yep.
And I don't mean just going out on the deck and grilling. I mean, my son and I, who lives out in California, will spend hours on the phone sharing tips on how to come up with the perfect bolognese.
Wow.
He's embraced his Italian heritage, and he's diving in, bolognese all the way. So
Very nice.
it's true. Although pasta's not on my current fitness plan, but every once in a while I'm allowed to have bolognese. No, yeah. Once a month I'm good. It's just I don't lose the skills. Well, thanks for stopping by. We appreciate it.
Thank you guys so much.
All right. Have a great night.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. We have so much more to come here tonight on Grafton's coverage National Night Out.
We'll be right back. All right, we're back live at Grafton TV studios here in Grafton, Massachusetts for our continuing coverage of National Night Out. And we have a guest. We have a very special guest, our state representative, Dave Meridian. How are you tonight?
I'm doing quite well. Thank you guys for allowing me to crash the party for a little bit.
Oh, it's never a crash. It's always an invitation.
Crash. Yep.
Are you having a good night?
We are. We're having a very good night. There's been a big crowd, lots of new pop-up tents, lots of swag, lots of food. I see you got a little swag.
Yep, I'm representing. Gotta
I
represent Grafton,
remember when
please.
I got those from my boys when they were little.
Well, can I share mine with you? There you go. Now we're paying it forward.
All right. I can't get it off.
Oh,
That's all right.
You're going to have to pin it on. There we go. She's got it.
There we go.
So you recently finished another marathon session, right?
Yes, I have been hearing stories for a week about this.
They are probably all true. Yes, so we finished up the kind of the recorded vote portion of session. By the Constitution, in the second year, the end of July is when any bill that requires a roll call has to be done. It's like 90% of bills. So I like to say that we are somewhat like high school children, and that's no disrespect to high school children, but I did the same thing when I was younger. I procrastinated and I waited, and then now when we have the deadline looming, then you kind of get to work when you feel the pressure of it. Unfortunately, there are a whole bunch of bills that didn't make it over the finish line, which basically now will have to get refiled next year. There's still legislation that can move that doesn't require roll call, more local in nature bills, but some of the big ones like economic development didn't make it over the finish line, which is very frustrating for the entirety of the Commonwealth. And basically it came down to a little tiff between the House and the Senate, or a big tiff.
Yeah, that happens. It's all about compromise and negotiation.
That's what we try to do for sure, but unfortunately I think some personalities got in the way, and here we are. So, I know the governor has asked the legislature to come back for a special session if we can get a compromise on economic development. But that remains to be seen. There's a ton of bonding stuff like MassWorks, which I know many communities have been fortunate enough to receive funding from. Those sort of things need to get done, but it sets a crazy precedent moving forward for coming back for the one-off. So I don't know. We'll see where we get to from there.
So I was listening to WBUR the other day, and they were talking about how well Charlie Baker explained why the July 31st deadline is so important. And it has to do with lame duck candidates.
So that's part of it for sure,
Yeah.
Because now, we effectively are into campaign season.
Exactly.
And so for those that have opponents or those that aren't going to run again, especially to your point with Governor Baker, when he wasn't going to run again at the end, why would anyone try to work for compromise there when they know that someone else will be sitting in the seat a couple months thereafter?
Yeah.
It's not the best way to govern. It's not the best way to legislate. I'd like to always try to work up until the final deadline, the final bell, but those are that's the nature of the beast of where I am.
That's our system.
It is.
That's where we are.
It is. But I'll keep working all the way up. So actually, we next year we get sworn in January 1st. So we'll be right there to start the new term and get kind of hit the ground running again and be ready to continue what I believe is good representation for Grafton, Northridge, and Upton.
Yeah, I appreciate it very
How
much.
much reading do you do in a week?
It depends on what. It definitely depends on what. It's some of the bills are very comprehensive and tedious in nature, just with how they're drafted. So some bills are a little bit easier. So not a ton of recreational because work keeps me so busy with all that. But there's always summaries and bills and things like that. We try to certainly keep up with the news and the Politico and the State House News Service and things like that. But I could be a little better personally.
Yeah. Do you ever think back to when you first started out in this compared to now and said to yourself, boy, am I glad I wasn't looking at this on day one back in the day?
I actually recently I kind of did a little bit of that, looking back in the hindsight and kind of the reminiscing, because this makes my 5th term. I'm going to be wrapping up in December my 5th term, so that's 10 years in the legislature, and it feels like it's gone by in the blink of an eye. The buildings changed, the personalities have changed. Some of that's for the better, some of that's maybe not for the better. But I honestly, I still love what I do, just like the first day that I walked in. Obviously, working for George Peterson before, I knew a little bit of what the job was going to entail, but it's an unbelievable experience to actually be in the role and to help so many people.
Oh, we appreciate the work that you do on our behalf up there in Boston.
Well, I appreciate the work that you guys do. I mean, obviously, listen, run town meetings, no easy task, you know that. And obviously everything that you do. I mean, Bob, I love watching all the Facebook posts of the rocking and everything like that. Never mind the Grafton Cable TV. Like, you're an inspiration. You really are. You both are. And so it's about having good people trying to do a good job for the community. And so I think that that's what you see right here, and that's what, Grafton's made of.
Well, it's nice to look over our shoulders and see the people come up to you and embrace you, and no one shuns you.
Well, I appreciate that.
And it probably helps bringing your dad along because...
Oh, absolutely. Listen, I still think back to the original election and people woke up, because I'm a junior, and people woke up and they said, that's the David Radian I voted for? So yeah, no, he wanted to come out for sure and obviously see all the good that they're doing. National Night Out's great with, Chief Crapo and all that the police department's doing, and the town partnering, and the fire department, so many others. And, I was able to see Bear, the comfort dog from Tufts, and Tufts is one of the big things where we have a public-private partnership. So in the budget, myself and Senator Moore work to secure funding. So it's great. It allows more Massachusetts-based students to go to Tufts. So it's great to get an allotment there every year as well.
His dad will be at the opposite end of the hallway of the Municipal Center. Look like a little ant. Then I'll wave. And whatever he's doing, he stops and he makes a beeline to come over and say hi.
He's a great guy. I'm very lucky to have a supporting cast like that. So
Thank you for coming by.
Thank you guys so much.
Again, I forgot.
Oh, boy.
That's why I have a co-host. What are we going to do, Dawn?
So Bob and I have come up with a fun game, so to speak,
All right.
that we decorated.
Okay.
It is the Grafton Wonder Wheel. So we're going to have you spin it. So come out from behind there, give that a spin, and then whatever number it lands on, we will be asking you a question.
All right. No whammies.
Here we go. It is number 7.
7. Okay.
Oh, boy.
Would you ban pineapple on pizza?
God, this is probably, now I'm looking at all of the questions. This is probably the most controversial on there. All right, so I'm going to say, in full disclosure, one of my best buddies is Todd Harrington, who owns Anzio's Pizza, who was in Grafton but did outgrow their location now at Northborough, and Todd would absolutely kill me if I said pineapple on pizza. That being said, I can get behind it. I can. A little buffalo chicken with pineapple or barbecue chicken with pineapple, I could do. So no ban. I think personal responsibility, individual choice works for me.
Okay, all right. That is a very diplomatic answer.
I tried.
Yes.
Did anyone else get question 7?
Yes.
And what were the answers?
Hard no.
They don't wanna be-
No
they don't want.
pineapple
Okay.
on pizza.
Well, it's personal preference, I think. You know?
Yep.
Now, let me flip it on the hosts. Would you ban pineapple?
Absolutely, I would.
You'd ban. You don't-
Yeah,
you don't-
I'm allergic to pineapple, so like my throat will close up and I'll start to get.
We don't want that. We don't want that.
Yeah.
I'm also torn, and I am torn for 2 reasons. Number one, I would say ban it because my Sicilian grandmother would kill me if I didn't.
Right?
But I've traveled to different parts of the world where pizza is treated quite differently.
It is.
And so I learned that sometimes you have to keep an open mind on toppings for pizza.
Sure.
One of the most popular pizza toppings in Japan is canned corn.
Canned corn?
Canned corn. Now, it's pizza. Freshly opened can of corn, drained, of course, and surprisingly, it's not bad.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
So, in my mind,
I wouldn't have even
pineapple
thought
on
that.
pizza is really not that far out there anymore.
Not once you've had canned corn on your pizza.
No.
If you travel to Hawaii, you're likely to be served Spam pizza.
That makes way more sense
It
to me.
does.
But it does have pineapple. It's Spam and pineapple. So
Well, yes.
And I would probably just interject and say that canned corn sounds a heck of a lot better than candy corn. Like
Yes.
Given that Halloween's coming up quick, because I don't think we can do that. Well, yeah, personal choice. But for your benefit, I think no pineapple in the Anderson household.
Yeah, no.
first man tonight to say Halloween's coming.
No, trust me, I don't want it, but I'm reminded every day
I
of how
walked
quickly
into
it haunts-
Michael's
haunts
craft
them.
store last week, and they had all the Halloween displays out.
It's tough. It's very tough
It
when
wasn't
you get out
even
there.
August 1st yet.
I know. And so now, mentioning my father, my grandmother, God rest her soul, used to always say that when the 4th of July came, summer was basically over because the days basically got shorter and whatnot. And God, does it ring true? And especially with being in the legislature when we don't really take a break until August. Still informal, constitutionally meet every 72 hours. But that break, the first year out of the recorded votes, the second year, obviously, when we wrapped up. But you kind of only have August, to kind of catch your breath a bit. And yeah, my grandmother was right.
That's one of the things that's great about National Night Out being that first Tuesday in August, is that it gives you a summer event in August, because there's not really anything until you get to the end of the month. It
Yeah.
gives you a little taste of one last summer night.
And National Night Out's so well attended. I was talking to D.A. Joe Early. He loves coming here. Usually Chef Evangelitis is here. And that's a testament to everything that Grafton does. I think they just really like the interview team, too.
They've already been by. They were wonderful guests.
They made a beeline.
Yeah.
Perfect.
David Moradian with hot takes on pizza.
All right.
You know.
Thank you for coming by.
Thank you.
Thank you, David.
It's good seeing you guys.
See you here.
Take care, everyone.
There's more to come. We're not leaving yet.
We'll be right back.
All right, next on the roster of interviews is Chief Eric Matthew of the Grafton Fire Department. And you have a new fire truck.
We do.
Yes.
It's wicked cool.
All fire trucks are wicked cool. Yeah, we just took delivery of a 2024 Seagrave Humper. It's here tonight on display and not in service yet, but the crews are working to get all the tools and everything mounted on it. So hopefully within a couple of weeks it'll be in service
Nice.
out of Station 1. So we're pretty excited about it.
And is this the one that can go super high?
No, this is an engine or a pumper, so
Okay.
it has the hose.
The
and water
hoses.
basin.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
We did. Thankfully, this was approved 3 years ago, and this past year at town meeting, the town approved us to start planning and to purchase a ladder.
So
that'll be
the ladder truck. Okay.
And that we'll probably be 3 to 4 years out before we get to see that.
Yeah, that's a process that I don't think many people realized when they voted for the fire truck 3 years ago.
Yeah, well, unfortunately with COVID and all kinds of stuff, the delivery times for everything from automobiles to fire trucks and even the equipment we put on the fire trucks takes longer to get. We used to be able to get a fire truck from the time that we ordered with less than a year. Our engine 3 was delivered in 8 months.
Oh, wow.
It was a big issue for us to have to wait longer. So everything that we're trying to replace is, gets older and needs more repairs. So
Yeah.
So
you only got
Yeah.
You talked about outfitting the truck. Do you budget for a vehicle and then budget for equipment to go on it, or do you have the equipment in stock ready to go?
some of the equipment we start ahead of time, knowing that the truck is coming, to try to purchase stuff that we can, and then some of the equipment has to come on the truck because it has to be mounted at the factory, so that's budgeted into the truck itself. And then there's always the stuff, once you get the truck, you go, we should have done this. So that's hey, let's go find the money for that. So
Okay.
yeah.
Well, when it arrived up at the municipal center, everybody poured out of the building and they climbed all over it. I mean, a bunch of adults running around like little kids, and they were having a great time.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of smiling faces.
Yep.
And everybody says it's a fire truck, but everybody in that town hall helps the process to get that fire truck purchased, put in service, everything from registering it to, setting up for the votes and everything like that, and town meetings and everything. So it's definitely a town process, not just a fire department process.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
How many air conditioning units were in the cab? Because I told my wife it looked like it had more air conditioning than some hotels I've seen.
So it's only one unit, but it's just piped out through the truck, just like your car.
Okay.
But there's no room to put it in there, so it's on the ceiling, so it's right in your face.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but yeah, the members are excited about it. So it's good that the town's allowing us to replace equipment as we are. The new brush truck that we got last year is here, so it's been nice to be able to show the town and the townspeople, what their money's going for and all that, and the support is awesome. So,
Yeah. Are you still actively recruiting?
we are always recruiting.
Always.
I still haven't seen your application yet. We talked about it last year.
I know.
Just saying. Yeah, we're recruiting. We have one person in the academy right now. We're anticipating sending between 4 to 5 the next academy class that's coming up in October.
Nice.
So we're doing interviews probably every couple of weeks. So we're definitely stacking them up. We're doing pretty good. So yeah.
No? Okay.
No.
I'll go.
Want to go?
I'll go.
Okay.
Can you put a number on how many people you were able to recruit from the video that Bill Robidoux put together for you?
Not from the video. We do ask that question, how people see it. We get a lot of response from about the yard signs that we put out, and then a lot of response from word of mouth because the new people that we're hiring are excited about it. So they're going out and telling their friends, their neighbors. So a lot. The video is awesome though. Watching it all the time.
Bill does an amazing job.
Oh yeah, no. We'll have to. That's almost 3 years old now, so we'll have to update them.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I'm sure Bill would love
Yep.
to.
One of the things that I remember you saying at a select board meeting was that you got a call from one of the surrounding towns because you hadn't been calling surrounding towns because we have enough firefighters.
Yes.
Gone.
Yep.
I thought it's interesting. I don't think people realize what on-call firefighters mean and why
Yeah.
they needed that recruitment
Yeah.
to
So.
fill the ranks.
Yep, it made a huge difference for us, and that was a fire we had in town, and we didn't have to call in a bunch of people, so they were like, "Oh, how come you didn't call us?" I'm like, "I had enough people," so it was really good, to have that. I don't even want to call it a problem, but to have to be like, "All right, you guys can actually take a break, and we can handle the emergency ourselves." So it's been really good.
That's great. Yeah.
So, are there any challenges that you've been facing in the last year that have popped up? And
Well, the recruitment is its own challenge because we have put on so many new people that we've had to increase the amount of training that we're doing in order to get them up to speed and to be able to respond to the calls. and which taxes the senior members a little bit more than we used to, when it was a slow progression. But they've been really stepping up to the plate, and we see numbers. If we do a bunch of trainings during the week, everybody shows up on Monday, but we don't see too many people on Saturday. So, but it comes around, and it's nice because with being on call, you can't always make every training. So we offer more so that people, like if they couldn't make it on Monday, can make it on Saturday. So that's been one way to solve that problem. But definitely a whole bunch of new people. So we're trying to get them up to speed.
Dawn has something she'd like to ask you.
We have a new activity that Bob and I developed for this year's National Night Out here in Grafton.
See, this makes me nervous already.
So we're gonna ask you to spin the wheel of wonder.
Okay.
See?
Yeah.
There's 12 numbers on there, and then whatever number you land on, that is the question that we'll be asking you.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. So
So I get to spin. the
Yep,
wheel?
just give it a
The wheel.
spin. Don't be afraid to really
Oh no, that's good.
Number 6 is the answer.
Number 6. Hold on. Oh, all right. So we put one kind of wild card in here, and
Let me
it's
guess,
just
I got it.
you got it.
All right.
You're the only one. So is there anything that you would like to? It's called rant, but do you have anything that you are top of your mind that you really just want to
You want to get anything off your chest?
get off your chest?
Now's the time.
If I did, this is not the place to do it. I have to say. Honestly, I don't. The town's been so supportive, town staff, and the firefighters have been supportive. I really don't have a rant that I can give you.
You don't even want to complain about Evan when he asks you financial questions and you have to go back with your standard answer, numbers and such, which is one of my favorite parts of the meeting.
Well, if I always say, if I was, you hire a fire chief to fight fires, you hire an accountant to do the numbers, right? So if there's a numbers question, I ask Mary, and we go from there.
There you go. We're of a like mind.
Yeah.
This is where I say, God bless Mary Laurie.
Yeah, absolutely. And if Mary's computer is on fire, I hope she calls me.
Right.
That kind of thing. So.
You'll be there for me.
Yep. But yeah, no, I don't have a rant.
No?
Maybe next year we'll see. But
Okay.
I'm getting on this is the beginning of my 3rd year, so I really don't have any.
Nothing to complain about.
No, it's been really great. So
That's wonderful to hear.
hope I did that wild card all right.
You did good.
Yeah.
Yep.
I wouldn't take that bait.
Thanks for visiting with us.
All right, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you
Pleasure to have
so
you.
much, and let us know about getting.
All right,
Sorry about
we'll work
this.
on some badges and work on that application.
Yes.
Chief Eric Matthew, Grafton Fire. Thanks for coming by.
Thanks again.
Thanks, Chief Matthew.
Believe it or not, we still have more to come.
We'll be right back.
DJ booth, which has been manned all night long by Chief Crapo of Grafton Police Department, spinning the records and announcing the winning raffle numbers. That's pretty close to the truth, right? You should know better.
Not quite. No. I wish that's all I had to do.
Yeah, you are the busiest man in Grafton on this night.
Yeah, I can say, but it's all worth it, though.
Were you happy with the turnout? Because we were amazed at how quickly this place just popped.
Yeah, very, very happy, very surprised. I woke up this morning, looked out the window, and I shook my head and said, do I make a call? Do I call it off? I said, no. I looked at my, I'm going to give a plug to the weather bug, and looked at my app and said, well, it says it's going to be nice at 5 o'clock, so we held out, and look what happened. It's great.
Has it ever been canceled because of weather?
No.
I didn't think so. I actually mentioned that to my husband when I was leaving the house tonight. I said,
I've been doing this 17 years here, and my other department 3 years before that. Never had to cancel. We did have some good rainstorms or whatnot, but everybody stayed.
yeah,
So
Yep.
it worked out great. So
yeah.
So what's the most frequently asked question you got tonight?
Where's the pizza?
Thank you, Lucky, for the pizza.
Yeah, it wasn't close.
Yeah. Well,
And a close second was, so what's going to happen after retirement?
a few people ask that, and I'll tell them the same thing. No plans right now, but eventually I'll find something to do.
Did you struggle with that decision?
Not really. It wasn't my original plan, as much as I hate to say, not stay here 20 years, but I figured maybe 12, maybe 15, but it's easy. Everybody that I work with, they're great. I have no complaints about anybody, especially talking to the chiefs meetings and stuff. I listen and I got it easy. I could do this standing on my head, but my thing was, we haven't had any movement for quite a while. It's a young department, so actually since 2017, and I didn't want to see people leaving to go green pastures for promotions or whatever. So I figured it's time. I'll go. And I could have stayed a few more years, but I thought maybe give somebody else a chance. So I want to do it while I'm healthy, and So
Yeah.
that's basically it. And we got a good crew that'll be coming up. Deputy Chief Bernardi is going to take over. I told the select board, I told the town administrator, they'd make a big mistake if they didn't promote him, and they agreed.
Yeah.
There's no reason.
Told us.
We have a lot of talent in the department. They'll be taking promotional tests soon, and they'll be moving up also. And that's what I like to see. And that's what motivates people to stay. And, retention, recruitment, you want to see people coming on. And, it'll be for the best. I'll be watching, though. So,
And they're good people too. I mean, it's as I've come to know many of them, either through Youth Academy or just being neighbors and saying hi in the morning.
right.
Everybody is truly personable, friendly, outgoing.
Exactly.
No bad seeds.
No. We hire, they say, there's an old saying, hire hard, manage easy, so we're particular with who we take, and if they don't cut the mustard, they don't stay on, but the officers that we have hired, pretty much for the most part, they've stayed on, they've learned quickly, and we have great trainers, great field training officers that make sure they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, and when they're put on the road by themselves, we trust and we know that they're going to do the job, they're going to do it right.
Yep.
So, we're very lucky in that regard.
Yeah.
And we don't have a lot of people that leave, so except for retirement.
Yeah. That's a blessing. It should.
Yes.
It is.
Yes.
And it's also nice to be at an event like this and just see the turnout of the number of officers. They're involved.
Yes.
And they're active and they're engaged with the people in the crowd, and it just gives you a good feeling.
Yes, it does. And if you looked out throughout the night, you see them talking. They weren't just standing there with their arms folded or whatever, And I've seen that before at other events, not here, but they want to talk to people, get to know who they're serving, and naturally the people want to see who's serving them.
Yeah.
And that's what they're there for.
Yeah.
And this is the perfect venue for that.
Yeah, to build that familiarity so that when
Exactly.
kids are out, because there were a lot of kids here tonight.
Yeah.
And when the kids are out and they see them, it's not like it's more like,
And that's-
hey, you're there.
Yeah,
You're
that's the
nice.
whole purpose of National Night Out,
Building that community and that awareness and that comfort so that they know that the officers in Grafton are here to support them and help them.
Exactly.
If they're, want to protect them.
Yep. It's, National Night Out was here to form partnerships with the community, to teach a little bit about drug awareness, crime prevention. We've gone a couple of steps further by having the Board of Health, the fire department, and whatever, because we're all in it together. You can't do one without the other, and naturally the companies that came out sponsored us, local vendors, which help us both financially and come here with, trinkets for the kids and for adults. And I see people walking around with bags of stuff. So it works out very well. And
strong turnout.
Yes.
Vendors this year.
Yes.
Everywhere looked.
Yeah, exactly. In the sheriff's office, we can rely on them. We were supposed to have the helicopter do a flyover. They were all excited about that. And I'd just gotten some yesterday saying we're going to be there. But because of the overcast, the ceiling was very low.
Oh,
The helicopter to fly.
Yep.
So they were coming out of Plymouth. And I can understand that. I don't want to see anybody be put in danger for, but it would have been great to have them. It would have been great to have them land like we did years ago.
Yeah.
But we don't have that size field for them anymore. So, but when I got back earlier about the, businesses and the community, if you look at our cruiser, you look at the hoods of our cars, building partnerships for a safer community, that's our motto.
Yep.
And that's what we do. And that's what I hopefully will always do. I'm sure we will.
It's great.
Anything you want to say to the folks before we turn you loose?
No, just that it's been a pleasure serving Grafton. I'll be leaving October 4th is my last day. And it's, bittersweet. Like I said, I enjoy coming to work every day. I've got great people to work for. I've never had issues with any of the board, with any of the town administrators. They've all been great. I can't say a bad word about anybody. When I came here, small town politics, I found out politics, not with the police department anyways. And I wouldn't allow it, with our department. But it was great. And hopefully we'll see people around before I leave. I still got about 9 weeks left. So not that I'm counting, but...
Is there a big party planned so we can announce it so that everybody can show up?
Well, I'm not a party person. This is my party right here. So there. But you know what? I didn't even get a slice of pizza. Not that I need it, but I hope you guys, hopefully you got something to eat?
I've got some pizza.
Good. Good.
And a couple of hoodsie cups.
Couple of what?
Hoodsie.
Oh, okay. Hoodsie cups.
you
Yeah, it
have
was nice.
It was National Ice Cream Night Out. So
There you go. Yep. I don't blame you one
I
bit.
got it covered.
I don't blame you one bit. But no, it's been a pleasure, an honor, and a privilege serving the town of Grafton. When I came here, I said I'll be staying here. I'm not the kind of person that goes looking for greener pastures each time. This job's better, that job's better. I like Grafton, love the people, and like I said, the people that worked with me and the people that we worked with. So I wasn't anxious to go anywhere else. So hopefully that says something.
I think it does.
Yeah.
So town and community.
Wish you luck.
Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thanks for coming by.
Thank you.
It's always been fun.
Coming. Nice to see you all again.
For putting this on.
Thank
It's
you.
always my favorite thing every year.
You might not be a party person, but you know how to throw one.
Yes.
There's a difference, right?
All right. Believe it or not, we have more to come.
We'll be right back.
We said we would come back, and we are here, and it's the part of the program where we thank everyone for their participation in the event and for all of you at home who chose to spend a portion of your evening or maybe your whole evening watching the coverage for National Night Out here in Grafton on Grafton TV. And there's a number of people we need to thank. We definitely want to thank our gentleman in the booth who's the director of everything that happens live on the air here. That's Bill Robidoux. Big thank you to Jack Kelly, who assisted behind the scenes with wrangling VIPs to come and talk to Dawn and I as we did our make-believe anchor desk thing. And of course, thank you to Grafton PD, Grafton Fire, and all the vendors and committees that came out here in town tonight to celebrate National Night Out. And thank you to you, of course, because
Thank you for having me.
it's fun to sit here and chit chat for 3 hours or so with you, and it's also fun to see how people get excited when they actually get the opportunity to come and talk to us. Imagine that.
I know. That is a thrill. That having and all the kids that just love to dance around behind us.
Yeah, we didn't have not so many.
Not so many. We had a couple.
We took some steps this year to kind of distract them away from the background, but a good night, I thought.
I thought it was an excellent night. We had beautiful weather, even though the sun didn't really come out. It wasn't hot. It wasn't humid. It didn't rain. We had great attendance. We had a lot of wonderful people come by to talk with us. And I thought that for Chief Crapo's last National Night Out, that it really went out firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, that was clearly the overriding theme, was that everybody wanted to put on their best show for the chief, and it was apparent. I mean, just the turnout behind us. I mean, we sat here 10 minutes to 5 with our jaws open because it was like from nothing to Mach 2, just like that.
It's easy ups popping up everywhere.
Yep. Like daisies in springtime.
And already kids with goodie bags filled with swag.
In less than 5 minutes.
Yep.
Yep. So that's going to wrap up our coverage here at Grafton Community Television. Big thank you to my co-host, Don Anderson. Helps make it easy because nobody wants to talk to me. Oh, here comes Edie Jefferson. What's he here, Bill? You got closing remarks?
I just want to come over and spend some time with you.
Oh, all right. Well, we're getting ready to wrap up, so you can be the eye candy. So big thank you to Don Anderson as my co-host for the second year. And shout out to some names from the past. Shout out to Rick. Rick, we got that studio in a box. And Jim, I hope we make you proud. So on behalf of all the talented people that work here at Grafton Community Television, I'm Bob DeToma. Thank you for watching.
I'm Dawn Anderson. Thank you for watching. Have a great night.
And Andy, he's the eye candy.
I'm Andy Jefferson. Have a good night.